Hello, you level grinding cats and dolls out there in YouTube land. I'm the AntiHeroDrink, and as always, gamers, thanks for tuning in. So, I haven't done a video in a while, no location and everything, but I want to go talk about FF8. And I really hate this game. Like, I am not the biggest FF8 fan out there. So if you're a Final Fantasy 8 fan, this isn't for you. This game so sucks. It sucks so fucking hard. And it's really hard for me to go talk about this game because I have a big hatred for it. Most people are like, oh, you hate this game because it's a romantic game. I'm like, no. That is the pure reason I hate this game. This game does not do anything for romance, the genre, at all. And before you say, well, what do you know about romance? I've read things from Peach Girl to Hot Gimmick to Marmalade Boy to Wallflower. I read a little bit of Nana until they stopped that. But all in all, I've read romance manga. I've seen the genre itself. So I have a vague idea of how this shit works out. This game is not fucking romance. You take a bland, fixer-upper character, which I guess Renola would love because Squall is bland as fuck. He's a blank fucking canvas. He has no redeeming qualities or personality outside of, I like combat. I'm Squall. I am the RPG equivalent of Ryu. Huzzah! And there's a forced love triangle. Kinda. Like Cypher is her would-be boyfriend for a certain period, and then she doesn't like him, and then he's like, fuck off, I'm gonna go protect the sorcerer. And it's all types of crazy trying to go mix this romantic subplot and make it the main plot of an action-driven RPG. And when I say this game is action-driven, there is a lot of action-driven cutscenes, events, and big story points, big story and plotline points that drive around war and combat and fighting, and just the attention to detail and combat in this game is phenomenal. I love this game for all the action in it. And I'm not a real big action junkie, but I love the action in the game. It's really great. It's well choreographed. It's well thought out. And it leaves this big impact and presence and moment on you. And that part about the game, I can understand why people love that. But when you try to argue with me and say, no, it's the romance, that shit just falls fucking flat. I'm sorry. It is not a romantic video game having a character for 3 discs go dot. And at the end point of the 3rd disc or something, he basically has this big emotional breakdown where he tells the main love interest his feelings towards her and how he can never get close to people because, you know, he had all these emotional barriers that were never brought up in the game beforehand until he wants to talk about them right now, right here. And it's just like, oh my fucking God, you couldn't have this same conversation with Quistis, who came to you when she said, you know what, Squall, I lost my job. Why should I care? Because you're my friend, and I want to go confide in you because when 2 people care about each other, and he just pisses off, he walks away. And I'm like, this is the douchebag I have to play with for the rest of the fucking game. Huzzah! I'm playing as Douchey McDoucherson. The most emotion you're going to get out of Squall in this one is him playing with that fucking dog in that goddamn town that you're... What is it? The attack on Dot, I think it is. When you have to go do that, there's a dog you can play with him. That's the most emotion you're going to fucking get from that character. And it drives me crazy because there are characters like Irvine, Quistis, Zell. I really didn't care for fucking Sophie. She's just as bland as Squall, but just not as bland as Squall. But these are great characters. Then you have Cypher and his crew. And it's just, these are great and fantastic characters. And you're like, wow, these are really fucking cool characters. Do we get more screen time with them? Nope. You get Squall. Yay! And I mean, there are people out there who like him. Most people like his fucking belt, but there are people out there who like him in his outfit and his ambiguous, asexual, male Japanese protagonist lead look, but whatever. I just don't get it. Like, if you were playing for romance, the only romantic story in this game that is a sub-story is what happens with Laguna and how he has a girl and they're going on all these covert, dangerous missions and they actually become prisoners of fucking war and they're actually marked off as dead and the love of his life waits for him and she can no longer wait and she moves on with her life and finds another man and even married, well, I don't know if she married, but she has a child and like that. was the romance story that we were all hoping for Final Fantasy VIII was going to give us. Did they give us that? Nope. More Squall, everybody. Damn, those pants look good on him. I mean, a lot of people like this game, and I can't go say that they're wrong for liking it. I have my problems with the game is because I'm a hardcore J-Star RPG player. And I'll tell anybody the same thing I'm about to tell you now is that in an RPG, especially a J-Star RPG, where story takes centerfold, it's like point, story. That's the thing that takes top priority over everything. You play through the story through your main protagonist's eyes. You live the world through that game, through that character. This allows us to roleplay. When your character has no personality, no presence within the world they live in, you're role-playing a mind. And the idea of Squall could work in a game like... the idea of Squall could work in a game like a Western Star RPG just because there would be opportune moments, because it's not so story-driven, where you could go take Squall and make him do something out of character and give the character more of a presence. Like in Dragon Age, where you could go start making decisions for him, and certain decisions that he makes impacts the story little by little, or certain scenarios, or just the opinions of other characters within the game. But in a J-Style RPG, you don't have that. So you really have to draw us in with his personality and how he impacts the world. And he just doesn't fucking do it for me. I'm sorry. He has no personality, no stage presence, no nothing. This guy is lame as lame could fucking get. And he just drags down an overall pretty interesting game. Anyway, I really don't like doing this. I really want to get back to talking and reviewing about games. My PS3 is going to be fixed pretty soon, and I'm going to be able to go back to reviewing things. So I just want to throw this out there. Really do hate fucking Final Fantasy VIII, and Squall, you suck the life out of it. That's why I hate it. But as always, I like to say, leave a comment below, or if you like what I had to go talk about, hit that subscribe button. It's always gamers. Thank you for listening so far.